In this Talos tutorial, we'll learn how to create, edit, and run cues. To create a cue, click the Rehearsal tab on the stage left's top ribbon. Select Cue from the navigation buttons displayed on the lower ribbon. Name your cue in the field located on the Cue panel control. For example, I will create a cue called Lights 1. Hit Create to generate the cue. You'll see the current cue labeled as Lights 1. Moves are made by specifying position and speed set points for players. In order to add the first move, choose a player or a group. I am going to pick the group Electrics 1, which is a stick of lights. So I choose the group Electrics 1 from the player drop-down. They are a group of fixed speed hoists, so I will only need to add a position set point for the first move. I want to input the position set point using keyboard entry. You can switch between slider or keyboard entry methods with the user input button. This reveals the field entry panel where I can type in the set point. Let's move it to 9 feet 6 inches. The field entry displays the maximum and minimum allowable set points configured for the player. Talos will not allow you to enter beyond this range. Hit Add in the Players panel to add this move to Lights 1. The move will appear in the Move table and Quick Look View panel. This is a graphical format where the handle of the slider represents the set point relative to the max and minimum position limits. The Quick Look View panel gives you a quick and easy way to double-check position set points. For the next move, let's add Player Elect 1 and switch the input mode to slider mode via the user input button. Because this player is a variable speed hoist, I must set speed parameters as well as the position set points. I want Player Elect 1 to move to 8 feet 4.5 inches, so I will adjust the slider until it reads 8 feet 4.5 inches. I will set the speed set point to 35 feet per minute and enter the acceleration and deceleration rates. This is the time that the player will take to ramp to the set point speed and to decelerate to a stop. Hit the Add button to add this move to the cue. Once again, the move will appear in the Move table and Quick Look View panel. For the third and final move, I will use Player Snapshots to set the position set point for Elect 3. To see the stored positions, simply roll over the snapshot buttons. Positions are revealed in the tooltip. Let's choose the second stored position by selecting the Snapshot button. You see the slider move to a value of 8 feet 2 inches. I will keep the speed parameters the same and select Add to finish up this cue. Next, I want to demonstrate editing an existing cue. To edit an existing cue like storage, select it from the drop-down in the Cue panel control and select View. All the moves in this cue are displayed in the Move table. Locate the player move you wish to edit. Let's edit Camera 1. I am going to change its speed from 30 feet per minute to 20. Next, select the Replace button to change the move. You'll be prompted to confirm overwriting the existing move. Select Yes to accept. You can verify that the change was made by reviewing the move in the Move table. If you want to remove a move from the cue, like Camera 2, choose it from the Move table and hit Delete in the Players panel. The move is deleted from the cue and no longer appears in the Move table or Quick Look View panel. Now I want to demonstrate another feature of Talos, the Time to Position calculator. This calculator computes the speed needed for a player to reach a target set point at a specified time. I have selected Player Camera 1 to demonstrate it. Select the Talos Tools button from the Field Entry panel. Enter the starting position. I am going to enter 2 feet 3 inches, and I'm going to keep the target position of 7 feet 9.5 inches. I want to get to my target position in 7 seconds. Click Enter on the numeric keyboard to calculate the required speed. The data that appears in green will be assigned to the input fields when you select the Apply button. Let's replace the existing move with this new speed. Once again, TALOS asks you to verify replacement. Notice that the move table now shows the time to position and the starting position data that you entered to get the resulting speed. Before we leave stage left, I want to quickly mention a couple of buttons that appear in the Cues panel. The Membership button lists all the sequences a cue belongs to, aiding in system layout management. The Delete button will remove the current cue from your show file. You will not be able to delete a cue that is a member of a sequence, or that is one of your quick cues. Let me select a cue I can delete. I am going to delete the cue, Broadway. Again, TALOS asks if you are sure that you want to delete it. The Copy button duplicates an existing cue. This saves you time when creating cues where, for example, you want to use the same player but different set points. Remember to save any added or edited cues in your show file. Now let's execute the cue we've just created. To do this, navigate to the Center Stage Cue screen by selecting the Cue tab on the top ribbon. This screen serves as the control center for running your cues and is divided into distinct sections. This is the Loaded Cue panel. This panel displays the currently loaded cue in TALOS. It is currently blank because we do not have a cue loaded. The cue tree is a list of all the cues included in your show file. Lastly is the Quick Cue panel that I mentioned earlier. This panel is where you can conveniently store your top 16 frequently used cues. I have a few of my most used cues already stored here. In order to store a cue, simply drag and drop cues from the cue tree onto an unassigned Quick Cue pad. The cue name will be displayed in the cue box. If you ever need to reconfigure the Quick Cue pad, you can remove a cue by dragging the Clear button. Be careful though. If you select the button instead of dragging it, it will clear all assigned quick cues. Quick cues are saved with the show file. To run Lights 1, locate it in the cue tree and move it to the Quick Cue panel. Then select it. All the moves included in this cue load on deck and are displayed via the Player Channel strip. We'll delve into the details of the Player Channel strip in another tutorial. Notice the cue button turn to a light blue color, indicating that it's on deck. TALOS performs a validation check to ensure that set points are within the desired range. Upper and lower limits may have changed since the cue was created, so TALOS must verify this before allowing it to run. If the cue is validated, the Load button becomes enabled. Press the Load button and the Cue button turns orange. An orange cue indicates that the cue is loaded and ready to run. Regardless of the mode you're in, you can control the players from a single control center using our standardized 3-button control. Remember, you must always be online to run a cue. Check out our beginner's guide tutorial for in-depth instructions on using the control center. That's it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching.